That camera's still on. Hello, everybody. Welcome on in. Happy Friday. I hope you are doing well. Survived yet another week, hopefully. Here we are back again for a Friday night of speedrunning. Fast Friday, as we sometimes like to call it around here. We're going to get started with that. And then, if time allows, we'll run through our normal checklist of things we have to do. And if time allows, we are going to attempt the Magicband thing again from last night. So we'll see what happens, how this plays out. But for now, let's just get started and see if anybody shows up. So this week on deck, we've got Mario, the Coin Challenge. We got a Zelda one, a Kirby one. I don't recognize a lot of these. The Bubble one I remember doing. And then that is that Roy on the last one there? Let's see what we've got. So let's make it happen. So we do have a record for this one. Are they all... Oh, they're all ones we've done before. Oh, wait, this is from last time. Never mind. Okay, here we go. Hammer Bro KO. 1,743. Yay for me. Hey, Nate, how's it going? Hopefully we'll be getting to some Magicband stuff later tonight. We'll see what happens. But for those of you that haven't heard... I don't know why you would have. Last night after stream, I had the realization that I could in fact use my Raspberry Pi as a Linux device, because it is a Linux device. And within 15 minutes of switching to the Pi, I was up and running. So we'll just use the Pi from now on. Go figure. And while I was doing some research into that, it almost sounded like the Pi itself can be turned into one of these pretty easily, but cleaning up your lot nice. I'm just going to rely on copying and pasting the hex codes because I looked at the Python and it was confusing. Not the code so much as where in the heck it was pulling the information from in the first place. I tried to get it to just show the letter A everywhere, and it didn't work for me. So, and then I got tired of reading documentation. Because it was late. And a little bit. Did I look at it this morning, too? Maybe I did. Ooh, that was... Oh, that was 16th. Never mind. 16 of my age group. Of people aged 40... Only 130 40-year-olds are playing this game. 40-year-olds. I can't count. Whatever. Let's do this. So there's a trick where you run backwards. So we've done this one before. Yeah, I think it involved jumping forward. Wait, that was faster? Missed. Something like that. That's the move. There's the 336. Let's see if we can beat that. Do-do-do. I don't know if the backwards motion's helping me at all. Hey, we beat it by a microsecond. I'll take it. Okay, this one's like a run into all of them one. Trying to remember what the trick was here. Walk forward, shoot left. So tomorrow's stream is going to be early. I don't know how early yet. I have board game night, which was supposed to be tonight, got moved to tomorrow night. Oh, excuse me. Hey, there's an S. Can we do better than that? There we go. And we beat our time. Nice. How's it going, Blake? Welcome on in, Tech. So, Tech, if you didn't hear what I said, I did get the logic analyzer working just fine with a Raspberry Pi running Linux last night. So, there's that. So, hopefully we'll take a stab again here shortly. We get through this relatively quickly. Can't remember what my pattern was here. Yep, good old Linux. Trying to remember what I did. I should go back and find the VOD. I think we went up, up, up. I'm just trying to come up with a plan here. Better. The Linux drivers don't care, but Windows drivers will refuse to work with it. Yeah, I don't know what it's doing, but whatever it is, it was weird that it would work briefly and then stop working. That was the thing that confused me. Do-do-do. Hey, Rainbow. Oh, I'm not paying attention now. Try this one more time. How goes it this fine evening for you? You got big weekend plans? Nothing much unusual this weekend. That's good. My daughter's at dance all weekend, so it's going to be pretty quiet around here. Tomorrow's stream, as I mentioned, is going to have to be moved up. Hopefully not all the way to the point where Tech is streaming. Assuming Tech is streaming tomorrow. Yeah, it'll have to be. Either that or I'm going to be streaming board games. like IRL board games, but I didn't ask the group if I could do that, so... And if I was going to do that, I'd want to do it from here, and it's not here. You are not streaming tomorrow? Well, that helps. So then I could stream all afternoon. I could do Magic Band debugging all afternoon. Doesn't that sound lame? No. You'd be around for that? Well, there you go. It does make good, decent background content, especially if I'm getting frustrated. Why did that... What controls how far Kirby spits? Still not an S. Flaming chicken! I do love my Chick-fil-A. I'm not really going for the best content though, Nate, so it all works out. Because let's be honest, there are too many people out there making good content. We need more people making not great content. Actually, that's probably not true. There's plenty of people probably making not great content too, but... I'd be worried if there were more Magic Band maker people. More makers, yes. More Magic Band makers, concerning. But thank you, Rainbow. Oh man, if I hadn't failed at that top jump, that would have worked out really well. See, I felt like the game delayed me there. What is the secret to this one? Okay, let's try this. Let's go all the way to the right, eat him, spit, eat, double down, eat, spit, wonder why that didn't go as far as it was supposed to, and start over. That was faster. I don't understand what causes the door to appear faster. Ooh, that right there was huge. Okay, I just saw a new tactic. Let's try this again. Okay, we grab, we spit, we don't jump all the way up. Oh, gotta get more precise though. Like that, except I want to do it on the next level. Oh, I messed that up. This is gonna work eventually. Maybe not. I feel like I'm playing slow. Oh, that was a waste. Although, that was the trick. So, never going to the 3rd floor matters. Okay, so he spawns to the right. I do feel like there's lag or something. Like I should switch to my other controller. That's not what I wanted. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna switch to the other controller. It probably won't be better, but I can hope. Is this not plugged into the Switch? What's going on here? Oh, there we go. Change grip. Oh, I already don't like this. No. We'll suffer. We'll suffer with the Joy-Cons. There we go. We got it. And we beat our personal best. I will take it. Good old cliff jumping. Do. Tech, what are you working on this weekend that's got you not streaming? Got big plans? If you don't mind sharing. If it's private, keep it private. Yep, makes sense. I don't know if it's better or not to wait for these things. Aww. Thought I was onto something there. Like, we wait for that one, and then everything else. That one's a pixel-perfect jump. Wow. That was a lot of time off of our personal best. I will take it. Curtain call, Roy. So we've done... Oh, we haven't done this one. It's just a fight. Oh, I'm doing bad. Is that 3? I can't count. So, Tech, have you used a lot of Sigrock? Might as well ask now. Really? That should have worked. Warmer. Why did I not jump? It was a better time and I even forgot to jump there. I'm gonna move the, I wonder if the... my bench power supply was causing trouble. Never use it myself as all too old. Fair enough. So the reason I was asking, and I think it'll come down to rewriting some Python or something like that, but the big thing that I discovered last night was it'll give me... I got it to the point where it would give me the hex that was being sent over, or I guess I could get it all the way down to the binary, but it would give me the raw data being sent to over SPI to the thing, which that makes sense. But what I couldn't get it to do was then take it another level and get it to give me the ASCII, so the stuff that it translates to. And all I had to do was copy and paste it into a hex to ASCII thing, and it worked just fine, but it was an extra step that I was like, this seems silly to have to do. And it might be because I didn't have something configured correctly, and I tried and tried and tried for probably a half hour to an hour, and I never figured it out, but it just seemed odd. Oh, I meant to shoot that at this guy. Wow, look at that. I even got a new time. That was with a mistake. I'll take it. No mistakes here. That was a mistake, but it's okay. It's silver. We can survive it. Okay, we're gonna jump the one bubble. Oh, mistakes were made. Oh, but mistakes were made on his part too. Wow, that's the second time in 2 weeks that has happened. That is the second time. That's crazy. It counts though. get our gold trophy. The things we do for trophies, right? So at one of my schools today, they had a student versus staff basketball game for the whole school to attend, and I had something else going on, so I couldn't attend it in person, but I was watching the live stream, and I have to admit, look at that, I got another personal best. I have to admit, it had to have been one of the coolest things I think I've seen the school do in some time. Like, it was just fun watching how bad both teams were. It's probably the best way to say it, because our basketball team isn't very good, which made it even funnier. Look at that at 12-8. Another new personal best. I'm wasting all my personal bests on competitive mode. I should go back and do those. I might do that, even though I want to get to the Magicband stuff. This has to be the last one, really? No! That's just mean. Let's have that be the first one. Oh, I mistimed that one. Not as fast. Oh, and it's gonna be the Mario one again for the finale. Ah, disappointing. Somebody did an 893. Impressive. Okay, here we go. And that 893 is going to just school me here. Oh! There we go. Done with your logic. Nice. So now you gotta put it to use, right? Okay. I'm gonna go... I am gonna go back to this. Just because... Which one was it? This one. I want to see if I can get that 12 real quick. I'm being silly, but... Ah, oh, missed it. Although that beat my other best. Yeah, we're doing this a few more times. Okay, I don't know what's going on with that one. The stars were not flying. Hey Charles, thanks for redeeming Put on the Hat. Give me 1 second. We're actually done with this. But I'm being a little obsessive. How's your Friday been so far, Charles? Still can't get that 12 again, though. It's been good. It's been a pretty good day. Gosh. I don't know what's with the lag. I feel like there's more lag in this than it was when I was in competitive. Okay, 13's good enough, I guess. Okay. How many pins did we get? Just one today? It's disappointing. How many more are left at this point? One... Kind of surprised we've actually done that many. But I guess not. It's been 40 weeks, right? 39 weeks? Yeah, 39 weeks of this. Da-da-da. Okay, let's go check Tetris 99 real quick. This is all part of the routine now. And then we're going to switch to Magicbands, and it's going to be better than last night because we have a plan to actually have it work. So, no event, right? I don't see an event. No event. One more thing, just because I want to look at it. I just want to see if they've added any games. I know they haven't, but I always like to know. You got big plans this weekend, Charles? Ooh, there are some new games. See, this is why I have to look. I have no idea what that game is. Classic version for SNES. It was classic at that time? Lord of Darkness. Introducing a new kind of troublemaker. Can you see the backs of boxes? Romance 4 of the Three Kingdoms, Wall of Fire. I don't know that game either. Prepare to be romanced? What are these games? Koei gave up their licensing to get their games up here. The ultimate role-playing adventure. I don't know anything about any of these games. But now I kind of want to play one of them and be like, what is this? Like, is this original NES RPGs? Was that Square before Square? I'll look at Sega. I never look at Sega, but because you said it, I'm going to go look. See, Sega's way down here. That's how you know I haven't looked at it in forever. Oh, that was probably a mistake. I probably needed to do the download. I do appreciate their startup sound, though. Yeah, I gotta download the... Download faster! Yeah, see, this is the problem with these games. I'm having a hard time believing that next weekend's Easter weekend. My parents get back in town, theoretically, today, which is awesome. I'll get to see them, hopefully, sometime this weekend, maybe. Do... Do, 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 do. Interesting. Probably should have checked it again a little later in the day, but that's okay. I had a server today get DDoSed, which wasn't all that cool. Didn't take me long to block all their IP addresses, but I just thought it was odd. But it was a government site, so I'm sure somebody was mad at the government and happened to know how to use the ion cannon or whatever it is. To be annoying, I think. I really don't know. To say they're hackers. eSWAT? I don't know any of these games either. I mean, Vector Man I remember the advertisements for. I don't remember if I ever played it. I was never a Sega kid, though. Earthworm Jim I remember, but I don't think I ever... I think I played it on the SNES. Mega Man, the Wily Wars? I didn't know that, like, prior to Mega Man X, that there was anything other... I kind of want to look at that one. Sonic Spinball. That game is the game I have more hours on than any other Sega Genesis game. I can guarantee you that is the game I have the most Sega hours on. My daycare had a Sega Genesis at one point in my life, one summer, and they had like 3 games, and the only one that I thought was worth playing was Sonic Spinball. I got really good at it. I'm really bad at it now. Familiar with this one, but never have played it. But thanks for going back and doing some clipping. Okay, so I think we are done with our speedruns for the night and all things Nintendo Switch for the evening, as boring as that sounds. So we're going to switch to science and tech. And people can chat and hang out with me and learn something, maybe? I don't know. I'm not going to learn anything. That's not true. This is non-stop learning. I'm just clicking all the possible songs. Okay, we'll turn that down. Okay. Step 1, turn on the Raspberry Pi. Oh, don't read my email. I'm just checking. There's nothing important there, so don't worry about reading my email. Okay, step 1, complete. Step 2, pull out a Mac. Now, I can't have both the Raspberry Pi and the Mac hooked up at the same time. At least not without wasting a half hour trying to locate my third and final capture card. I don't know where it is. The more I think about it, I really don't know where it is. Oh, you know, I do know where it is. We'd have to spend a half hour going and getting my third and other capture card because it's not even in my house. I gave it to my dad so he could convert VHS tapes. Because I was never using it. So. Okay, we got the Mac. We also need cables. And we're going to need... Actually, we don't need a Magicband, but I'm going to pull one out anyway. Okay, so... Step 1 is get wired up. So the goal tonight, and I will consider this a worthwhile goal, is to get some valid air logs from that. Yeah, that. that is the logic analyzer running SIGROC on a Raspberry Pi. Now, what you guys can't see at the moment, and we'll turn this camera on too because why not? Hi. Is we have a Magicband sitting down right here. I'm going to get some tension relief going. Okay, so we've got that. We're gonna turn it on, hopefully. It's gonna be hard to turn it on with its AC cable laying right here. Okay, so the good news is... Actually, there is no good news at the moment. Let's use this. Yeah, woo, SIGROC. Okay. While I wasn't looking, did anybody happen to notice if the Magicband lights ever turned on? This is the hardest trick. I don't know what that sound was. Hardest trick is actually getting the Magicband to turn on in the first place. Nothing. I remember what I do to get it to turn on. Wish I could figure out what causes the Magicband to work sometimes and not others. Do, 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 do. Part of me wonders if there's like a short somewhere in this process. I think I would have hit it by now. Okay, we're just going to ignore the fact that it's off for a moment. See if maybe it turns itself on when I go to the Disney app. I don't think it will, but maybe it's been on this whole time and we didn't know it. Do, do, do. It is not. I wonder what would happen if I tried to jump start it with the charger. It's probably not a good idea. But it might be fun. That did nothing. I need something like a motor or something that can put a little bit of draw, because part of me thinks it's the power supply. That the power supply shuts itself off in kind of a weird way. Well, it's measuring 3 volts across, so does not appear to be the problem. It's weird that I did not have this much trouble last night. But then I go to stream, and I suddenly have trouble again. I have no idea what I did, but it did turn on. Let's see if it stayed on or if it disconnected the moment I moved it. Hey, it's on! Okay, let's just test this real quick. So we go to light up theme, we go red. There's red, we go orange. Orange, yellow. Green, yeah, okay, it's working. Okay, so we've got that far. Now, we have way too many computers in play right now because we have the streaming computer, we have the Mac, which we're not using just yet, except we will be. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to that app right there. Now we're gonna use this really lame mouse on my leg, and just to make sure that this is working, let's see if I remember how to do this already. Let's start over. Okay, so there's pulse view. So we want, we're just gonna set this to 10 million samples. We want to do it at 8 megahertz. That's not enough sampling time. Let's go with that one. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna hit run, and then we're gonna hit these buttons. So run, connect. Oh, okay, it's already connected. Discover, and then send color, and send color. And then we're gonna hit stop. And what you can see here is we've got this interface sometimes drives me nuts. We've got, you know, a spike here, some spikes here, some spikes here, some spikes here, blah, blah, blah. That's all nice and useful. And we're going to go to the one that had a lot. There was more. That one. Okay. I'm just going to zoom in a little bit further. Okay. So we've got these sets of lines here. If we click right here, this gets us decoders. And I believe that we want SPI flash EEPROM chips. So I'm going to pick that one. And I'm going to click here. We can make the decoders go away for now. Oops. We're going to click here. And we're going to say clock is on D0. And I don't know if it really matters which one of these two I pick, but I'm going to pick D1. We're going to set we don't have a CS. We're going to set it to active high. And then these two things, at least for the moment, I'm not going to worry about. So we've got all that in there. So now if we go and we zoom in, we can see hex data here. Now, I might have this backwards. Let's have a little bit of fun here. Let's set this to D1. That's going to give me the same thing, right? Just in different colors. And then, just for the sake of it, I want to make sure that I don't have these backwards. I'm pretty sure I don't, but yeah, that gives us all sorts of weird data. So, okay. So, there we have our hex. So this is where I got stuck last night, if you will. And by stuck, I don't mean stuck. I mean, it doesn't help me a whole lot. Like, I would love to be able to see the text that corresponds to that. And even if I come in here and I say, show me ASCII, which I would think would do it, it doesn't seem to do it. And it doesn't seem to matter which chip I select either. In fact, the chip has little bearing at all on any of this, it seems like. Changing the word size, maybe a little bit, but not enough for me to really worry about it. So, I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing wrong as far as getting it to give me the actual data, but what I can do is I can say export all annotations. We'll export it as a B. And then we'll go over here. There's our file. Oh, see, now this is... Oh, yep. And so here's the data. And there's a number of ways we could go about getting this. You know what? I'm just going to do this. We're going to cheat. Because sometimes some things are really good at what they... That's the wrong keyboard. The problem with having so many computers to interface with. I need KVM again. chatgpt.openai.com. Is that the address? We're using DuckDuckGo on the Pi. Huh. Being slow. Probably because I'm on the wrong Wi-Fi. Still being slow. Why are you being slow today? There we go. Google. I know you guys can't see anything. Okay, we are authenticated. So we can go back to... I don't know if you guys have used ChatGPT for anything, but watch this. This is one of the slickest What is the value of the hex messages? What? Apparently I'm giving it too much data now. We made it mad. The AI is gonna get us. It got us. Took the whole browser with it. Okay, we're still logged in. Okay. Please decode the hex version of this message. There's another way I could provide this, but we're gonna... We just start here and go Control-Shift-End. Ho ho! Keyboard commands for the win. Do-do. Okay, normally ChatGPT doesn't fail me like this. What? Why are you giving me the weather? And doxing me at the same time. No, I asked for the hex for you to decode the hex portion of what I submitted. Not that string. Pull the hex values after the Mosey data from this list and decode it as a string. I do have the paid. Why? Please strip out all the data prior to the colon on each line of the following and remember it as Bob. For some reason, I feel like it's not getting the data. Why is it... Am I in the wrong model? Not that one. Great for most questions. No. I mean, okay, go back. Okay. Hey, ChatGPT. Enjoy or look at this file. Then take the hex values at the end and decode them as a string. I feel like it's not getting the data. Yeah, thinking has been disabled in this version of ChatGPT. It's telling me how it's thinking. Why is the file not accessible? Did you get the file I just submitted? I mean, yeah, that's... Okay, so it did what I wanted. Were there more strings? I tell you, again, this is another one of those weird situations where I'm doing something on stream that I've done 100 times before and not had this trouble. Yes. Show me all the sections decoded. I feel like somebody broke ChatGPT. I don't normally have the thinking part turned on, so this is kind of interesting to me. The $20 a month one. Maybe I should have only exported like that one section. This is why I need to get it to output a string, because then I wouldn't have to worry about it. So, and it's advertising, warning, unexpected attribute value received. Intriguing. Error, failed to update the connection state. Okay. Bonding, result success, state connected, role peripheral. All systems normal, exiting debug loop. There was more than that in there. Okay. Let's do this. Let's go back to pulse view. Let's zoom out. Let's highlight. This is where I get into trouble. I want to export all annotations for this row starting here. Call this c.txt. We're going to go back one more time. I don't know why it's doing hex to weather conversion, but whatever. We're going to go ahead and we're going to switch ChatGPT back to 4. Look at the hex at the end of each line and output and decode it to strings for me. Perfect. Okay, so this is actually in like this is the errors we've been trying to get. Okay, execute gadget command failed. I find this intriguing. I don't remember having seen that before, but this is the error that actually gets output on my end already. So we've already been seeing that. This is one of the things that I had assumed was happening. Now, right now, I think the problem is that the serial number that we're communicating with does not match the serial number that I'm transmitting. So the first thing we're going to do is fix that. Because I don't think that's all of our problem. I think that's the core of the problem at the moment. So to do that, I need to get a new Bluetooth reading, which that's harder to show you guys on stream because that's on the Mac. This is the thing. We go from one device to the next trying to solve these problems, and I'm not set up for that. Do you use ChatGPT at all, Charles? I like to use it to see what I can make it do. Where it might work, where it might not work. It's not always brilliant. Oh. Sure. We'll do that on the next one, because we will have to do this again. Let me... probably what I should have done. Make ChatGPT go away. Text like, do away with that evil robot. Which I'm okay with. We don't want that window. I don't have an easy way to do that because I don't have Discord on the Pi. But we can test it right now. While read... Is that an I? Do echo quote $I. Awk. Print 5, so the 5th parameter in the line. XXD, your bash foo is far greater than mine, tech. And then this will be c.txt. Have get install xxd. Sudo su app get install xxd. I don't know. This was if you remember, probably a year ago now, I bought 2 Raspberry Pi 5s, put SSDs in them. One is powering the hat. This was the backup one. This is like the first time it's been used since that day. Like, I haven't used it for anything. In fact, I should probably do updates. That's close enough for me. Not bad for one and done, tech. Yeah, that I am familiar, but I'm not good enough to know how to use it. Is my real problem. Okay, I was getting a new packet trace. I wonder, is there a way I can flip to this without it being drama filled? Nope. No, I'm gonna do it. No, I'm not. This. I want you guys to be able to see what I'm doing, though. I need to get me a fancy HDMI switcher. And then, of course, the input isn't refreshing the way it's supposed to. Let's see if we can do that real quick. Switch, properties, deactivate, activate. Deactivate, activate. I like how there's video going through it, and yet it's failing to... Like, I can see it on my monitor over here, so it's going through the video capture device, but the video capture device refuses to put it on the screen. Deactivate. Activate. Like I said, drama. What if I change the display settings so that it prioritizes the screen? Here for built-in display. This display optimized for, don't really care about that. I just want to set the resolution Mac, but you don't make things easy. Show resolutions as list, please. Thank you. Set me on... Didn't like that resolution. How about this one? How about we... Show all resolutions. Can't go to 1920 by 1080. So that doesn't help me. Deactivate. Activate. Okay, one last try. Since this thing is possessed. Deactivate. Activate. Come on, now it's not even showing up on the other screen. That help? Still no picture. Okay, it's on my monitor. Put it on the screen. Hey, look at that. Okay, well, we've got a Mac now. As much work as that took. Okay. New iOS trace. We're going to exit this app. We're going to go to the Disney World app. Magicbands. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and stop. Oh, we just have a new problem. So to do this, you have to have the Bluetooth profiles, and sadly the Bluetooth debug profile only lasts for 4 days. So every 4 days I have to do this. Which I think is silly. Welcome back. So here's what we've done so far, Nate. We confirmed that the Magic Band is on and that we are able to read the Magic Band using the thing that reads. Gosh, my brain is just going broken. The something analyzer. I lost it already again. What is the tool called? And now I have to reinstall the Bluetooth profile on my phone because it's been 4 days apparently since I last did this, which is my least favorite thing about these Bluetooth profile thingies. Install. install, done. Wish there was a way I could fool it to like just last forever. Okay, back to the Walt Disney World app. So what we're doing, yeah, exactly. What we are doing is getting a fresh recording, because the error that I'm getting right now, I believe, is directly related to the fact that the packets I'm using are meant for a different Magic Band. And so there is a serial number in there, and I'm really, really hoping that the serial number is the identifier that matters. And so what should happen is we're going to go over here, and we're going to switch to the red Magic Band, and we're going to get a new copy of everything. And now watch, the Magic Band is no longer on, just to make me mad. Did I bump it at some point? Don't care about the Apple Watch. Wait, go back to the gray. Can you connect to the gray one? I'm curious, Nate, did you manage to power up your Magic Band with interesting, it's not seeing the gray one either. Let's hit stop and clear. Now go to red. Were you able to power it up with the non-battery port? Without a battery connected? Okay, so it must have somehow knocked itself off. So now that it's back on again, it's going to behave. Okay, we are connected to there. We don't want to be connected to there, so we're going to connect to the other Magic Band. Which is literally right there. Okay, good. Okay, so we hit start. We hit red. We're going to switch this to ATT sends, because that's all I care about. And then we're going to go to change color just for good measure, and we're going to say red. And then we're going to stop. Okay. Yep. You'll have to let me know what happens if you ever try without your battery. But, okay. So, we're just going to go through this packet by packet as little as we can. So, we're only dealing with handle 15, because 4 and 18 haven't mattered so far. So 0200814. 0200814. So that packet is still the same as on a NIT. And I know this already. I'm doing this for the sake of completeness on the video. 0202081C. 0202081C, right? That's the right letter there. Would it help if I made this font bigger? Probably Command plus, right? Okay. 0202081C. Seeing some battery packets. Bluetooth? Like on my screen? Oh, you mean like getting battery status? Is that what you're talking about? Interesting, though. Okay, so 0202085A, 0202085A. So that brings us down to this big nasty packet, which is actually this packet plus this packet. And you'll note that I've removed... I don't have the 300 in here, but we might put that back in. Logging messages. Okay, yep. So we're gonna get the 6,000 message back in here, and it's one thing, so this shouldn't be too bad. I'm gonna go ahead and copy that, and we're just gonna add it as a new line for a moment. Go like that. We're gonna remove this one. We're gonna move it down here. Okay. And I normally would do like a string replace. Let me see if I can do that. I don't normally do it from here. Edit. Is there a replace command? Find and replace. Replace text containing space with nothing. You know what? I don't want to do it with this tool because I don't trust this tool. I don't know what I'm dealing with. I mean, I want within the selection. Is that a choice? We'll just do it manually. It's not going to take that long. Okay. What I could do is modify my code to just ignore those bits, but that's even more work, so let's not bother. I don't think there's a space there, right? Nope, okay. Turn the word wrap off here in a second. I'm not normally a fan of word wrap. It's actually one of my least favorite things. But when working on a laptop, which my Mac is, I have found it to be a good thing. It's like a video game. Kill all the spaces. Don't miss. Okay, so that's that message. I don't know why it suddenly wrapped again. Did something change when I wasn't looking? Did it just change the tabbing or something? Whatever. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put... So the 300 message here is the Hawkeye message. And I don't think it's needed. So I'm going to leave that one out, actually, for the moment. So we're just going to leave these 4 messages as our send data for the time being. And what we're going to do now... Oh, you know what, though? We're not going to stop there. So that's all the way to discovery. Then... I don't really... Oh, I'd have to do the same thing with these messages. Wait, what's currently loaded in here? Hold on a second. So we got this, because we stopped sending that as a packet. We started sending that as send color. So send color is do, and then what is it trying to do for send color? It's trying to do state update alarms active, which has no additional flaw. Like, this isn't even a Disney message at this point. This is an Alexa specific message. But this is the wrong... It's not alexa.gadget.connectivity. It's alexa.gadget.statelistener. Which possibly would have been a problem. Okay, so we do have one small problem with this test. in that I'm trying to send, although it does lights too, so we'll be fine. I was gonna say, I know this sends a vibration, and I don't have the vibration motor on my Magic Band anymore, so that's a whole nother thing. But that's okay. So we're gonna compile this. It's gonna go to the phone. Do. Okay. Now, we should use the spectrum analyzer, but I just want to see what the result of everything we've done is. So I'm going to go ahead and clear this for now. I'm going to start the recorder again. So I'm going to, we're dealing with BU12E here. I'm going to go ahead and say connect. That is the connect I was expecting. And then I'm going to say discover. That was the discover I was expecting. Except, I feel like it sent a packet it shouldn't have, but we'll come back to that. And then send color, nothing happened, which is what I was also expecting. I find it interesting that it's somehow talking to my watch in all of this. There. Okay, so let's just look through this. So sent that, good. Sent 6,000. What was this? Get device status. And then what was this? That was the state listener, alarm is active. But when did I tell it to get device status? Discover direct payload, failed to serialize. Send discovery request. We get this. I'm forgetting what I've done. Write value. What is it writing? Data hex string. Let data hex string equal the hex string sending hex string for hex string and MB init. MB init was that package. Where did the 6200 come from? Now that you've recorded, there you go. You're learning. That's what matters. Did this not actually... Here's the 6200 message, but it's commented out. Why do I feel like my code didn't compile or push or something? Clear. Oh no, did this die again? It did. Giving it just a little bit more voltage, that might make it happier. Okay. So we're going to say connect. Good. We're going to say discover. Good. And it didn't send the extra stuff that time. Send color. There we go. Okay, so something, maybe it just hadn't compiled or something like that. Okay, so before we ditch the Mac, what I just want to show where the problem comes in. So these are my sends. So I'll show you this stuff here. So here's the 6300 send. Here's the response. And the response to our packet is execute gadget command failed, which also happens to be the same message we saw in our log file a minute ago, but I'm okay with that. What we're going to do is we're going to just look at the other handle responses here, though, really quick. So this one was the discovery request, and we've got the gesture notifications, but what I wanted to see here was that there was a serial number, in fact, down here. So there we are, B12E. That's our serial right there. Just wanted to make sure it was in there, because that meant we were sending the packet that I wanted to be seeing. So now to switch back to what we were doing. Now we have to go through this whole rigmarole again with the input capture. One of these days I will have to get a nice input capture switch thingy like Tech has. What did I have to do last time to get this working? Okay, so now we're back over here, ignoring the chat GPT and closing this. Confirm. Okay, here we are again. So we're just going to force quit it here if it will eventually figure out how to do that. Me and PulseView are not getting along. Close. If I close this. There, force quit. I don't know enough about Raspbian. Could do kill. As soon as I can find it in the list of things running. Should be called Pulse. I don't see it. Probably because it's a root thing. So let's just... What do we think it... Not chromium. LX terminal? No. Six, 7, 9, 7. There. Okay. Eight megahertz. A gig of samples. Close this app. Reopen said app. I'm going to go ahead and clear my Mac just for the fun of it. Okay, order of operations. So, run. The Magicband's not on. Just re-record. Yeah, I think I figured out how to jumpstart it, so that's something. Okay, we're back to having that. So let's do this again. So run B12 connect connected discover discovered send color. That was interesting. There was another packet that came a little later. Send color. Send color. Stop. Okay. So then, now that we have text little script, we gotta do the same thing again. We gotta do this. This. Apply this clock on D0, that on M1. Although I think we had it the other way around. So just to make sure the rules still apply. Active high. Don't care about anything else at this point in time. We zoom in here, confirm that we have some wonderful hex bits going on, so that's all good. So then we're gonna right click and zoom back out. We'll start there. We'll save this as realtest.txt. Go back to this window. We'll go back to this window. It's neither of these, but hopefully it's in the command buffer here, so I don't have to type it again. It is not. Was I root at the time? Nope, I'll just scroll up and type it again. It wasn't that complicated of a command. Oh, thanks, Tech. While read I do echo $I quote AWK print $5 XXD RP done. And then this was realtest.txt. Okay, so we're just gonna try to look through this. So, query gateway type doesn't look like it applies to us. Endpoint manager, get gadget directive command, bad params, endpoint ID. Okay. Process directive. Command failed. Bad params. Now here's what has me curious here. So then we get another process directive. Gadget command failed. Bad params, endpoint ID, execute gadget. So we should have two of these is what I'm looking for. So execute gadget, AGT, bad params, execute gadget failed. Okay, so bad params input ID, bad params input ID. I should save it as. How about we just nano decode me.sh. What is it? Exclamation bin bash. It's been a while since I've done this too. Forgive my Linux foo being rusty. How do I pass it input? Like, isn't there like a, it's just $1? Yeah, okay. I think that's fine, right? Real test. Unexpected token, $1. It didn't like that. I still need that. Okay, hold on. Yeah, that worked. Cool. Thank you. Thank you for the suggestion, Nate. Before I got the suggestion, where was I going with this? Okay, so okay. So the theory, and this has always been the theory, execute gadget command failed, execute gadget command failed. However, so this was me hitting send color. This was me hitting send color. This one, however, the get gadget directive command, bad param endpoint ID. That's a different problem. And that's happening during discovery. And if we get that correct, then we should be okay. But now here's where the question comes in. And actually, it's a twofold question. The first question is, actually, no. Stop. We're gonna do one more thing just to confirm that. So we've got that amount of stuff. We're gonna do this again. We're gonna close this app. We're gonna go back to this app. Still seeing things. We're gonna hit run again. We're gonna go connect, discover. stop. So we didn't even do a send color that time. We're going to right click here, export all annotations on this row starting here. Discover only.txt. Okay, so then we're going to go back to this. Discover only.txt. That's a problem. Bluetooth just did something. We're gonna do that one more time. Run. Connect. Discover. 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 The third discover had something funny happen. Stack AMA gateway, blah blah blah. There are no errors there. Query gateway type P. Query gateway type P. Stack AMA firmware information count 1. Count AMA firmware version type 1. AMA get platform. Here's the get platform. It's all messed up in the encoding, but whatever. So this get gadget directive command bad params endpoint ID happens once. So wait, maybe it's just saying I need to send the serial number because I'm not. Because that's not the mode that this code was in. Hold on one sec. We're going to try a quick Xcode. I'm not going to take the time to flip my my interface. So we go to the Alexa, we got .namespace, .name, timer state .name, value, payload, sending serialized, nope, that's not the payload, timer states. So we have a namespace and a name, but we don't have We don't have an endpoint ID. So alexa.gadget.statelistener. I'm not sure how to interpret this. I'm buried in keyboards and mice. I think tomorrow I will add another table to my desk. If I'm going to be using 3 computers to do this the whole time. Okay, so Alexa, I'm Googling. Alexa.gadget.statelistener state update endpoint ID. Endpoint settings REST API reference? Doesn't sound right. How do I get endpoints of my devices connected in Alexa? That doesn't help me either. What is missing from this packet that's not part of... Okay. Alexa.gadget.statelistener. State update. Need to move this window. This isn't part of the proto. Like, I don't know how to... I need to be able to, you know, if I could remote... Where's the proto buff? That has a name and a value. That's not it. Namespace name, message ID, client ID, and protocol version. So let's, for the fun of it, send it as both message ID and client ID. I feel like we can't go wrong if we do that, right? Maybe? Client ID equals and message dot directive dot message ID equals, and we just need a value. We need to know the serial number for this Magicband, which is B12E, which happens to be the one serial number I don't have copied into my serial buffer database, because I never work with this Magicband. So let's go copy it from those packets we ripped earlier, if we can find them. Sorry I don't have a good way to show this, everybody. I know you're all dying to be seeing what I'm scrolling around in, but hopefully my talking is somehow making it useless. Why are all the handle responses missing? Oh, because I was just sending Discover packets. Wait, Discover packets. One of these has what I need. That's the error. This is gonna have it. B12E, there it is. 01C, B12E. We're gonna copy this. Where are those quotes? There they are. Suppose in a normal world, I could have just got it from the back of the Magicband. Which I actually found that yesterday, which was kind of funny. Okay. So I've compiled that into the app. Now we go back to the Pi, although the build failed, so try it again. Typos are for people who aren't paying attention. We're gonna go back over here. We're gonna hit, gotta wait for the app to open up here. Gonna get the Bluetooth thing going again. Okay, we're gonna hit run. We're gonna hit connect. Connected. We're gonna hit discover. Discover wasn't failing. Send color. That's a fail. Send color a second time. Still failing. Stop. Let's see. With wrong keyboard. Okay, so, and then we're gonna go here. By here, I mean here. With serial.txt. To execute gadget command failed. Bad params, endpoint ID, bad params, endpoint ID. So let's rewind just a little bit, because there's another oddity in this whole thing that I think we need to dive into a little bit. And I think I can do that on stream here a little bit better. Okay, so it's not really increasing. Oh, there it goes. Okay. What's curious, and I know we just lost the pie screen, but the execute gadget command fails twice. The get gadget directive command. Oh, you know what? Now that I'm looking at it again, it's not as weird. The get gadget directive command fails twice as well. So that's what we're going to find. We're going to find the get gadget directive. So let's just... This is not the right file to be in. This one probably? Get gadget directive command. So we are in here. And the error we get, bad params endpoint ID. Bad params invalid args. Bad params name or namespace. Bad params endpoint ID. So that is where we ended up. We ended up here because we didn't end up here. Which means we were here. Okay. So we failed. We failed this check. If param1 not equal to 0. So if param1 plus 4 not equal to 0. What's param1? Isn't param1 our Alexa.gadget? That's a result. Result is comparing against param1. What? Else? If how? This is the error. So we're failing. Param1 is not equal to 0, which it won't be. And param1 plus 4 is not equal to 0. And right here, we're checking to see if param1 is equal to alexa.gadget.statelistener. In previous result plus 4. So result Result has our namespace. Oh, we're sticking it in param1. Wait, no. What is this parameter? We should have labeled these. What is the last parameter? Param1 plus param3 break? Why? Why is it adding these two? Still doesn't matter though. We're not even getting here. We're failing here on param1. Result equals the dereferenced param1 variable. We're getting past here. We're getting past bad params, invalid args. So what are we not getting past? Why am I having a hard time interpreting this? So param1 result. That's not at this point. So this is result. So looking at the pointer, dereferencing the characters at result plus 4. In this case, result is the dereferenced param1. It's the bouncing between the arrays and the integers and the characters that is driving me nuts. So this param1 is a pointer. I'm gonna try something. Wait, have you guys been staring? You guys have been. You guys weren't seeing this, were you? So, I'm gonna talk through this again because I had it on the wrong screen apparently because I was in studio mode. Gosh! Ugh. Okay, so let's talk through this. The error that we are getting before the execute gadget command failed, the bad params endpoint ID, corresponds to this string right here. It is a unique string, to my knowledge, inside this function. It sets it into here, and then presumably gets outputted in this thing that we are calling... I keep bouncing between different things. But, so... we're getting to this. So rewinding, Okay. This bracket here is that bracket here. That bracket here. Yeah, I don't think that was matching properly. It's okay. It's this one. I'm pretty certain. I'll click here just to see what happens. Yeah, that one matches that. Okay. Now, if this succeeds, or if we're in this if bracket, I should say, it gets to this return result and we never get down here. That should make sense. So if I go back up to the top, that means that between this else and this bracket right here is what's stopping us from getting to PC var, right? So it's this logic right here that I'm currently failing. So I can double, oh, good to know. So this is the line we're failing. Now, let's talk about what param 1 is, because that's where we're at. So if we go up just a little bit to right here, param 1 gets sent dereferenced and set to result. At this point, we're checking result, and it's saying if it doesn't have any data in here, and I want to highlight that if it doesn't have any data at 0 or +4 or at this address, then we get bad param's name or namespace. That would be the error. We're not getting that error, so we're getting past that. If we come down here and we look a little bit further, that same result, because it doesn't change till this line right here, is used right here to compare against alexa.gadget.statelistener for result +4. Okay, that sounds reasonable. So we're looking at the pointer for the PB. We're looking at the PB pointer for where this is being staved, which is the namespace. Okay, that all makes sense. So theoretically, param 1 here, unless I'm missing something, param 1 is another, although maybe, see, this is where I got to think pointer math here for a second. So this is, for the sake of this, let's assume this is 0. This is 1. This is 1 + 4. But if what is param by size-wise? It's an int. So how is this is just the next field, presumably, right? Does this ever get used again? param 1, find capability. Yeah, so this is the capability. Find capability. So this is the second word. This is not the Alexa.statelistener. This is the second word. It's complaining it's not seeing the second word. Except the second word is state update, and it's there. So why? Why would it be saying that it can't see state update? We need to rewind a little bit further. So what's calling this? don't... I'm just not clicking correctly here. I'm looking at the wrong stuff. I want the references. That's this one. I'm clicking on the wrong thing. Okay. Local 48. So all of these are zeroed to start. Local 48-1 happens when? Create parse directive from stream local 48. So we're going to go here. Now, what's curious about this, multiple endpoints in directive, that can't happen. Create parse directive from stream. These things don't get outputted, at least not to the log. I think we're in the function where that's going to tell us what we need to know now. But now I got to interpret, which I don't know if my brain's, it's running out of steam, it needs sugar. Create parse directive from so we have a function that's unnamed here. I'm not a fan of that. Which one was 48? Param 2? Nate, you don't happen to have this function decoded, do you? Or never mind. You have it labeled that way, but create part. Yeah, it's not, function names wouldn't have helped me with this. I mean, this is decoding the PB. So it is saying that there is something wrong with the way we're passing state update. Let's do one more thing before I call this a wrap for the night in terms of where we're getting, because I just want a little bit more data. At least I know that we're here, because this is not where I was looking before, and I know which part of the PB is failing, which that's, and it might just be like an order thing, like maybe I have to send the serial number before I send something else. But what's weird about that is we did this on stream, and I'm commenting some stuff out. I'm commenting all the code we were just playing with out, and I'm gonna go go try to recreate one other version of this that we had done. Message extra super key, all of this goes up to right here. So this is the play custom animation. Sorry, I'm just looking at this. I know... Well, we're gonna try this anyway. Need the serial number again, though. There we are. Serial numbers loaded in, all the same payload. The other keys are a problem, but I'm gonna go ahead and just blank them out for the sake of this. We're gonna compile the code, sending it over here. Switch over to this. Build failed. Custom gadget alert message not in scope. What do you mean not in scope? Somebody deleted the letter M. Who would have done such a thing? Please try again. Is it a lowercase m? Yep. Okay, we're gonna hit run, connect, connected, discover, discovered, sending color. Wait. What just happened? That worked. How did that work? So, yeah, okay. So, I'm going to talk out loud, and I want to yell success, but I have no idea what is going on all of a sudden. Okay, so the thing that was failing a moment ago was that I couldn't send an Alexa state update, which is a packet I have not had working ever, just so we're clear. I had switched to working with that packet because the thing I could not get to work was switching from one Magic Band to another with the send color function, which made me think that there was something in the send color function that was being encoded to prevent it from working. I no longer think that is the case, which means I think we have control, because what just happened is two things. Two things actually happened with this specific instance. The first thing that happened is it played a color. And it's playing that color on a Magic Band that never had that color. This is an animation that this Magic Band does not have. This is a generic... The Magic Band chip right here is the most generic Magic Band, and there are no multicolored patterns for the generic Magic Band. My problem is what changed. Because I couldn't do this the other day. I couldn't get it to work with a different Magic Band. It would only work... I changed that. I changed the discovery command. What's the response to 085A? Sorry, my brain is... No, I didn't get anywhere. No, this is meaningless. It's cool. No, I'm not on the wrong screen this time. I'm looking at my Mac, and I don't have a way. I'm not going to wire my Mac back up. It's both meaningless and not meaningless. Oh, I don't know how to interpret this. Oh, no, I know it's not going to work on your Magic Band. I know that. Because watch this. Here's the other Magic Band. If I go to 9.2 and I do a connect, and I do a discover, and I do a send color, it fails. Talk it out loud. Okay, so, yeah, let's talk it out loud. There are 4 packets that get sent during the discover phase. The connect, I want to make this clear. The connect phase, meaningless. There is nothing of value in the connect phase that we need to worry about. Okay? The connect phase is more about telling the iPhone, pair with this thing. The discover phase sends 4 packets. The first one is 814. That doesn't do anything. Wait, I shouldn't say it doesn't do anything. To my knowledge, it doesn't do anything meaningful to us. And it is not unique from one Magic Band to another. The second packet it sends is 81C. Same thing. It's not unique, and it sends it every single time to every single Magic Band. The third thing it sends is 85A. Same thing. Not unique, sent every single time. So I do those same 3 things. All 3 things every single time. The last packet, and maybe we should run an experiment without even sending a discovery packet, because I would like to know what happens in that scenario. But I'm guessing I already did, because I thought I built up the discover packet to try to figure out where or what I needed and what I didn't. So the first packet we send that is unique between 2 different Magic Bands is the discover packet. And what's weird about that is the discover packet is not, like, when I say it's unique, it's not unique. It is, it is. It is a namespace, a name, something that in the spec is supposed to be a message ID, something in the spec that is supposed to be a version, and then there's one other thing that's out of spec, which might have something to do with it, but what's weird about that one other thing is that it kind of looks like Garbledygook. Okay, we're gonna try one more thing, because now my brain wants to know what would happen if we didn't do it. So something about the packets that are being sent in the discovery matters. And I don't know how that's possible, given that it's the first time the Alexa even has a chance to communicate with it. It could be special if it was the Disney app, which that's fair, because the Disney app is aware of the serial number and is aware of some special keys. So it's very possible that the Disney app sends something that puts it into an unlocked state. That makes sense, and that could be what's going on here, in which case I'm hosed. But if that's the case, Alexa is not doing that. I can't imagine that Alexa is polling Disney for a generic device. Now, I don't have any data to back that up, because we have no way to Bluetooth sniff an Alexa right now. But I can't think of any... I don't know. Okay, we're going to connect to this one first. We're going to discover it. The extra packet is not being included, but I have more questions now. Send color. Why did that work? Okay, so now we're going to connect to 92DF. Connect. It connected. Discover. Sent without all the extra stuff. Send color. It failed. One more test. We're going to go to the Disney World app. We're going to flip to that Magic Band. It's interesting that the blue light lit up. I removed something that caused that blue light to go away. It's okay though. We're going to come back to here. We're going to connect. We're going to discover no blue light. Send color. Ignore the fact that the other one's glowing red. It's just complaining that the battery's dead. Even though it's not hooked up with a battery. Okay, that did not do anything. We're going to go back to this app. We're going to flip back to the red magic band, which is reconnected. We're going to go here. We're going to disconnect the Disney app. We're going to connect. Connected. We're going to discover. Discovered. We're going to send color. It worked. Wait a second. We're going to discover again. Why didn't any of that data get logged on the Mac? Yeah, I am. So if the Discover packet sends something unique, you're sure that you're updating the magic band in the packet you created from the app. So, Nate, on that topic, and I would love to put this on the screen, but so that is what I have in okay. The fourth packet, the Discover packet. The thing that seems to be controlling whether this one works or this one works is based on which version of that packet I send. So something about that Discover packet is telling the magic band to listen to everything I send after it. And I'm going to say it this way. I think it's establishing something called an endpoint. Like that's the code that would make sense. That it is somehow, with that Discover packet, establishing an endpoint that is specific to that device. Okay? Oh, you're buffering? I should say it again. So, when they send that Discover packet... Should I just wait? I can wait. Am I buffering for every... Oh my gosh, it's not you. It's me. I'm dropping frames. Somehow. It seems to have restored itself back to normal. Is everybody normal again? You weren't the only one buffering, I'm guessing. But I have green lights on this end, and I'm no longer dropping frames, so my internet must have blinked. Oh, did the drop number change? I don't think it did. If you can hear me, say hi. Yeah, I don't think it was you, Nate. I think it was me. Okay, so I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna go back to where you said. So, the only difference between what works and what doesn't is that fourth packet that I'm sending. If I copy the fourth packet for this magic band, it works with this magic band. If I copy the fourth packet for this magic band, it works with this magic band. The fourth packet is where the magic is. The problem is, there's two problems. That fourth packet is theoretically A request for information. Oh, okay. Are you at? Okay, so tech is just back. Okay. Say 5 when you hear the word 5. Like, say 5. Okay, so tech heard 5. I'm waiting for Nate to say it because I don't want to repeat myself again. Because I don't know what Nate has heard and what Nate hasn't heard. It's good for me to keep repeating it, though, because it's embedding it in my brain. I'm worried that Nate isn't. Nate, you should reload your page when you hear me say this, because I'm betting you are technically behind, is my guess. Like, hit the page reload button. Yeah, you're way behind. So, let me know when you've reloaded, and then say 4. No. No, that won't work. Let me know when you... I don't know. How do we get Nate in sync? Did Nate reload to get back in sync? Do. Type 2 when you hear this, Nate. Type 3, Nate. Two, 3. Okay, so that's a little bit better. You're now only a little bit behind. And by a little bit, I mean 10 seconds. But I can live with 10 seconds. Okay, so I'm going to say it all one more time. I don't know what parts you've heard, what parts you haven't. There are 4 packets that are sent to the Magicbands at the start. The first 3 are all identical. They can't possibly be the problem. So, we're on packet 4. If I copy the packet for packet 4 for this Magicband, then it works with this Magicband and not with this Magicband. If I copy it for this Magicband, it works for this one and not this one. That 4th packet seems to be somehow establishing an endpoint for whichever Magicband I'm trying to talk with. So there's something in that packet that is unique to one of the 2. The problem with that particular packet is it's the Discover packet. So theoretically, that's a packet that's supposed to be requesting information from the Magicband. The second thing is that packet is in fact working for either Magicband. And the reason I know that is because it gives me back the Discover response, even if I send whatever apparently isn't correct. So I don't know what is going on here. The other thing that is in the back of my head about establishing this endpoint in a way that makes any form of sense is that if Disney could potentially be sending something that is unique to this or this. Amazon, however, is not in that ballpark, and this process needs to work with Amazon, and I don't think, again, I could be wrong about this, and if I am, then my assumptions about how interconnected Disney and Amazon are completely out the window. But it would seem to me that this is a generic Alexa device, and given that, it should not be able to supply some piece of custom information that is hiding on Disney's servers, right? Disney can do that. That's fine. Their app can pull that magic if it needs to. But Alexa can't, and this packet is specific to Alexa behaviors. So something somewhere is not working the way that I think it's supposed to be working. And one of those 3 fields in the Alexa Discover is somehow establishing an endpoint for this. And then storing that in I should have bookmarked it in the other thing. It's storing it in local 48.1, whatever that was, which in this function is param2 1. So param2 1, create parsed directive from stream, multiple endpoints in directive. If this is not 0, that's the error. This param2 1 is somehow becoming the endpoint, and it must be happening as part of the discovery, and then it's being persistent. And I'm guessing it can be overridden as time goes on. Like, I'm betting if I resend it again somehow, it can create a new endpoint, and then we can go from there. But it must be getting sent in that discovery packet and then working its way forward. That's the only explanation, because the packet that I'm using for send animation between the two, while I am changing the serial number, I'm not providing anything else that's unique. So something in that discovery packet is setting up the endpoint for us to work with it forever in the Magicband, and I don't know how they're doing that. That is where I am at, and that is in this function. That is where we're in the right spot. No, it's not. It has three fields that appear to be encrypted, and I have no idea what they mean. And by encrypted, I mean they could be UUIDs, they could be... I mean, I don't think I have those packets to show you on stream. It's the Discoverer packet, and it's got 3 things. But, and again, the part that I don't get is that Amazon can't possibly know how to encrypt those at that point, except if it's somehow getting serial numbers earlier, which is actually possible. That's one of them. It receives OA OC. Where's the OC receive? Let's switch this just for a moment. So FE03, that's from the connect. What is this? So that does send the serial number. What is that in response to? That is in response to, that's 0800. Theory, that's in response to the 0281C. So that's the 81C reply. So Alexa does get the serial number. So if there is a way, so if Alexa has a built-in way to send the serial number back encoded, that's the magic trick. I can make that happen, yeah. I'll even make a note on the packet you need to change out to make it do something. What's the third packet? Nothing. 020208G or 67, which results in the letter G. I don't think the letter G is overly useful to me at this point. Okay, well, we have at least isolated something. We also did learn one other thing tonight, which at least excites me because it was a test that I had not had an opportunity to run yet, and this does make me happy. It does mean that the animation data for send color is in fact that Magic file, because we managed to take it from this one, because it was an encoding for this Magic Band, and we sent it to this Magic Band, which didn't have it, which I realize you can't see what I'm pointing at because that camera shut off when I changed views. But the point is, we took an animation from this Magic Band and ran it on this one. So the Magic file controls things. Hey Dasher, hope you're having a great evening. We are just wrapping up our debug / hacking session. So we did learn something. We just haven't learned the magic trick yet. And yep. We'll be back tomorrow afternoon, probably doing the same thing if I decide to spend my entire day tomorrow working on this, which is looking more and more likely. So with that, I appreciate you guys all hanging out with me. Again, early stream tomorrow. I don't know how early, but it will be early. So with that, stay healthy, stay safe, and until next trip, see ya.